All right, the first step is to take one large onion and cut it into 4s. And in your Insta Pot, you're going to put the little rack that came with it. Your rack might look a little different than mine, but you put the little rack in the bottom. Then you put the quartered onion in there. Now I'm going to get the brisket here, and we're going to open this brisket up and put it on top. I'll be right back. All right, so I put the brisket in there fat side down. One side of it has fat on it, and you're going to put the fat side down and make sure it's on top of the little insert and on top of the onions. Then it comes with this little seasoning packet, all the briskets do. Then you're just going to sprinkle this on the top of the brisket. So just get it all on the top right there. And then when you pour the beef broth in, make sure you don't wash this off because we want this to stay on top of the brisket. All right, next, you're going to need 2 bay leaves. So get 2 bay leaves and just drop it in the bottom where the onions are. All right, so there are my 2 bay leaves. And don't forget to take those out when you're done cooking. You don't want anyone to eat those. It'll cut their mouth and it's bitter. Next, you're going to put 3 cloves of garlic. I don't have any cloves of garlic, but I have this chunky garlic paste. So I'm just going to put 3 little squirts here on the side to be like the 3 cloves of garlic. Okay. All right, next you're going to put some beef broth, about a cup, cup and a half, depends on how big your roast is. I'm using this organic beef broth right here. You'll see, don't pour it on top of the roast, pour it on top of the side here so that you don't push off any of that seasoning. And I'm using it to wash that garlic down into the bottom. And we're going to put it right to the bottom of the brisket. I do not want the brisket to be drowned in this. I just want to cover up the bottom part. All right, so that's good. See how the brisket on the top is still fine, but the bottom part has liquid in it. I used about 2/3 of this container, and it has 32 ounces. So I used about 2/3 of that. All right, so now I'm going to turn the Insta Pot on. I will be adding yellow potatoes that I will quarter, and I'll be adding baby carrots, but I will be doing that when there's only 30 minutes left of the cooking time. So right now I'm going to turn it on for an hour and a half or 90 minutes, and then I'm going to natural release it. And then I'm going to add the carrots and the potatoes and the cabbage, and then I'm going to turn it on for 30 more minutes. So I'll be back in 90 minutes. All right, so now my Insta Pot is on. I set the pressure level to high, and I set the timer for 90 minutes. Right now it's coming up to pressure, and then the 90-minute timer will count down. And I'll be back after. All right, so I have quartered some yellow potatoes. I have a thing of Italian bread that I'm going to slice up and toast with some butter and herbs. And then I have my cabbage. I took about half of a cabbage and quartered it. And then I have a pack of baby carrots, and I'm going to add those in as soon as the timer goes off. Right now I have about 20 minutes before the timer is off, and then I will pressure release and put these in and set it for 30 more minutes. All right, so now I have added the little pack of carrots and the potatoes, and the corned beef is still in there because it still lacks 30 more minutes. And then I'm about to put the cabbage on top, but I wanted to film this first because then you couldn't see any of this. The cabbage is going to cover all of that. All right, now I have put the cabbage on top. I used half a head of cabbage. See, I cut it in big chunks, big wedges. You have a larger family, you may want to put the whole head of cabbage, but we only have 2 people in our family, so I only used half a head. Now I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes and put the Insta Pot back on again. The meat is still in there under. All right, so I just took everything out of the Insta Pot. Here are my potatoes, carrots, and my cabbage, and the onions are mixed in with the cabbage and the potatoes. And then here is my corned beef, and it like just falls apart. It's so tender. That's really good. So this is what it looks like when it's done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.